Who's ready to get a little bit better? If so, comment yes right now in the comments. Excited to come to you on this video and bring some value. Once again, guys, my heart is to serve and to add value anytime I show up in any environment, and this is no different. And so I hope that I'm adding value to you. Listen, if you got a question that you're like, man, I'd love to hear Mark's take on this, drop it in the comments and I'll see if I can do a future live to answer your question and call you out and tag you and serve you in a very specific way to what you need. But right now I got a question that, oh my goodness, it comes in many forms, shapes, and sizes, but the root of it is all the same. It is a root of overwhelm, of stress and anxiety. And people say, how can I do all the things? Like, you know what I mean, right? All the things. Like, I've got to do all the accounting. I've got to do all the leadership. I've got to do all the being a great dad or a wife or being a great parent. And I got to stay fit at the same time and eat healthy. And that takes time. I can't do it. How do I do all the things? How do I grow my business and lead my team and hit that next level? You guys, am I talking to the right people? If you've ever felt the overwhelm of not knowing how to get all the things done, just comment yes right now in the comments, because we're going to talk about that. Because guys, I know the pain. I know the pain of feeling like I'm exhausted because I'm pushing so hard, but I'm so exhausted I can't get to sleep because my brain won't turn off. I know most of you watching this can relate to that one. My brain won't turn off, so I can't get to sleep. I know the stress of feeling the responsibility and starting to feel like, man, I'm letting people down and things are falling through the cracks. And I'm starting to feel like I'm separating from who I really am. Because who I am, I want to take care of people. I want to serve people. And I don't want people to feel like they're less than. Man, I can't tell you how much I hate when, because I'm carrying too much, someone feels less than because of me. Oh, it doesn't make me feel good on the inside. And I'm guessing if you're following me and you're tuning into some of these videos, you know the stress, the overwhelm, the anxiety, like just that I can't do it all. And then I don't know if you're like me, but like I'll sit down and I'll start journaling and I'll start writing it all out and trying to figure out how can I get it all done? How can I do it? I make a plan. And so I'm going to give you 3 ways to respond yourself. What can you do if you're feeling that level of overwhelm and all the things are starting to take you down a few notches? So what do? First thing, change the question. Oh, this is so good. And I'm telling you, there's a book that all of you must read. So when I say number 1, change the question, it's not who, it's how. Who, not how. Type that right now in the comments. Who, not how. That is a completely different question. But we live our lives and we are conditioned to say, how do I get all this done? How am I going to do it all? How can I figure all this out? How can I be the one that has all the answers? How can I lead the people? What if you change the question from how can I do it to who can do it for me? Who can do it better than me? Who fulfills their purpose and their destiny by doing this because it annoys me and it frustrates me and I'm not good at it, but I feel like I have to figure out how to do it, but I'm over here asking the wrong question. What if you change the question from how to who? And guys, I'm telling you, this is a game changer. This book by Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy, you just need to get it. It's an easy audio book listen or pick up the hard copy. The audio is actually pretty cool because there's like interviews between Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy. Really, really great. So highly, highly recommend it. It'll change your life. Could change your business. If you're feeling in this spot right now that you're overwhelmed, this book, like this year for me, I'm not going to like mince words. This year for me is the year of the who. I'm going to get the right who's around me so that I can accomplish my destiny. Because when I ask how, literally, I did this not that long ago. I made a list of 10 things. And I was like, how am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? And what I landed on was, before I read this book, I landed on, well, I'm going to do these 2 things and the rest of them have to wait. But when I started asking who instead of how, I'm like, I'm going to do it all. I'm going to change the world. I'm going to make an impact. I'm going to make a difference. And so I believe this could be a game-changing question for you, who, not how. Let me give you just one example. my wife and I, it's kind of a like, we're neither one of us really like to clean our house a whole lot. Like we do it because you have to, right? But we asked for years, how can we keep the house clean? And now we got 3 kids, and oh my goodness, how do you keep the kids? How do you get the kids to clean up after themselves and do all that? Now we're teaching responsibility before anybody gets judgy on the other end there. But we shifted the question from how can we do it to who, and we hired somebody to come in a couple times a week and clean our house. Oh my goodness, it's like angels sing when I walk in the door and my house is clean and I didn't do anything. Guys, it's just a different question. Who can do it instead of how can I do it? It works in your business. It works in every area of your life. Let me give you a second point. If you're struggling with that overwhelm of how can I do all the things, learn from the wisdom of procrastination. This again, credit due, a term I took from this book, Who Not How. The wisdom of procrastination. What are you talking about, Mark? The wisdom of procrastination. Well, there are some things right now. You know what? Drop in the comments. What is the thing that you are best? Like you're a pro, you're an expert level at procrastinating. Is it counting? Is it the budget? Is it paying bills? Is it working out? Like, I mean, are you a pro at getting excuses about like, well, I'm going to work out next week, or I'm going to start eating healthy? I don't know. You put it way out there. You keep procrastinating it. I'm going to have that difficult conversation. What are you a pro at procrastinating? Drop it in the comments right now. I'm curious to see what some of those are. But here's the wisdom of procrastination. The wisdom of procrastination is if I've been avoiding it for that long, perhaps there's wisdom in that because I'm not good at it and I shouldn't be doing that. Procrastination is teaching you a lesson of stop acting like you have to figure out how to do that and how to fit it in your schedule and how to make yourself want to do it, and instead start saying, oh, there's wisdom there. I'm not supposed to ask how. I'm supposed to ask who can do it for me. And so again, it goes back to change the question, and you can change that question in some of these areas by learning from the wisdom of procrastination. Stop trying to figure out how to do it and just find a who. So how about we go to number 3 and we get very practical. I want you to ask 4 questions. All right. You should write these down, comment if you're not writing, and you can just use the comments as your journal right now. 4 questions that could totally shift the game for you, right? And this is taking you down that path of changing the question from who to from how to who. So 4 questions. Question number 1, what must be done? Now, you're going to want to write some things on here that aren't really the must. This is another book recommendation for you, The One Thing by Gary Keller. What's the one thing that must be done that makes everything else easier, or some things even unnecessary if you do that one thing? That's what I'm talking about on this list. What must be done? What are the most important things? I'm not going to make you put down one, but what are the most important things? And some of you are going to do this for your life, for your household, for your business, for your health, for your sanity, for your mental health. What must be done? Maybe pick a category on that and say, okay, what must be done? Make a list. Step number 1, answer the question, what must be done? Question number 2, what must you do that is on that list? What must you do that is on the list? Maybe go down your list and circle them, and what must you do that is on that list? Question number 3, stop lying to yourself and answer again, what must you really do? Because you just lied to yourself in question number 2, because you don't have to do all those things. What must you do? What only can you do? Like John Maxwell, he says, listen, do what only you can do and do what you do best and have somebody else do the rest, right? So what must you really do? What can only you do? Because then you get to question number 4 is, if whatever you said you had to do, all right, you can own that. Although some of you might need some help, like some coaching to get through this, because you're going to be like, I have to do all 52 things. No, you don't. No, you don't. But question number 4 takes you to, who are the who's that can take those things off your list, those things that aren't just you? Who can help you or take full responsibility for some of those things on your list? They must be done, but you've realized now, in this moment, you're doing this exercise, that you don't have to do it all, and you've been asking, how can I do it? How can I do it? How can I do it? And it's been slowing you down, and now you're going to ask a new question and say, who can do it? Some of the who's you're going to know by name. You're going to be like, Oh my goodness, Susie can do that. Susie loves that. I hate the accounting. Susie could do that and find joy and fulfillment in it, right? So some of you, you're going to know them by name. Some of them, they're already going to be on your team. And you're going to be like, well, they're doing that. They could do this. And I'm not even asking them to do that. And this is going to be an opportunity for some of your leaders to step up to a whole nother level, to take more responsibility, right? And so you're going to see some leaders rise up. Now, some of you, you don't have a name of this person, but you need a person to do X. Like maybe some of you go hire a housekeeper after you hear this video, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I've been asking the wrong question. Some of you are going to hire a personal assistant, a virtual assistant. By the way, if you are in that realm and you need to hire a virtual assistant, it is more accessible than you think. You can hire a virtual assistant overseas and get like bottom dollar. And guess what? When you hire them, I just had this happen on a call this week with a client. He hired someone in the Philippines, paying him $6 an hour. And some of you be like, I can't believe he's only paying $6 an hour. But his new employee just sent him a message and said, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for you. I'm learning so much. I'm enjoying it. And he's crushing it. Or she's crushing the work that he has been avoiding and hated for years. 3 years he's delayed this hire. And he hired her, and it's a win for her. It's a win for him. There is synergy when you find the right who. So answer those 4 questions and begin to find your who's. Now, I'm going to tell you, the more help you get in this process, the quicker you can go, because other people are going to see who's that you don't see. And so here you go. Change the question. Ask these 4 questions to kind of get to that who, and check into the wisdom of procrastination. Which of these points, right now in the comments, which of these points are you going to apply? Like right now, what did you need to hear or maybe be reminded of? I'm a big believer that we need to be reminded a lot more than we need to be told. So you know what you need to do. I was just here to remind you today. So I hope this helped you. I love you, people. I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve, that you watched this video all the way to the end. And I'm so happy to serve you. I love you. This is where you should get off this video right now and go out there and give your greatness to the world, because somebody needs what's on the inside of you. Don't hold it back. Go out there and give it away. Hey, follow me on social media too, guys, because I'm adding value on Instagram. You're probably watching Facebook or YouTube, but you can check out the full videos on YouTube. So check out my YouTube channel. You can subscribe there as well. So, all right, guys, I love you. Take care.